Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deen Bandho Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchan Gorangi Radhe Vrindaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chev Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayi. बोलो श्री राधे गोलोकानंद भगवान की
जय।
बोलो श्रीमद् भागवतम की
जय।
हरे कृष्णा
हरे कृष्णा।
कृष्णा जी हरे कृष्णा प्रेम सर
हरे कृष्णा।
कृष्णा कैसे हैं?
सब बढ़िया।
नाइस आफ्टर गुड ब्रेक थिंक and I think Ajay was just reaching home, so hopefully he should be joining soon. And शुरू करते हैं हम लोग। तो लास्ट टाइम हम लोग 19th अध्याय स्टार्ट करे थे ऑफ 8th स्कंद एंड वी आर ऑन श्लोक 9। और जैसा कि इस अध्याय में हम लोग देख रहे हैं भगवान विष्णु के वामनदेव अवतार के बारे में हम लोग पढ़ रहे हैं। और जैसा कि हम लोगों ने देखा और वामनदेव किसके यहाँ पे अवतार लिए? विष्णु भगवान के अवतार है। Where did he appear? The name of the parents?
I don't know.
Yeah. So who was the mother of all the devatas? Who?
Aditi.
Aditi mother, yeah, right?
Mm-hmm.
So as you know, there was a fight between all the devatas and Bali Mahārāja. He reached to heaven, he took over all the loks, and when he took it over, all the devatas disappeared, right? All the devatas disappeared और तीनों लोक पे महाराजा बलि का राज हो गया, and that made Aditi upset. Yeah, Aditi being the mother, she was not able to see her sons, and because of that, then she requested to and who is the father of all devatas?
Kashyap Muni.
Kashyap Muni, right? So then Aditi mother requested Kashyap Muni that she needs to do something where all the devatas need to reappear, and then Kashyap Muni explained her to do Lord Vishnu's prayers using Payovrat austerity, yeah, Payovrat tapasya. So Mother Aditi did the Payovrat tapasya. Tapasya करने के बाद में Lord Vishnu gave darshan to Mother Aditi, and he mentioned that he will appear to Aditi mother and Kashyap Muni. Yeah, and then he appeared, and Kashyap Muni realized it, and then of course, as we know, he appeared as Vāmanadeva, and then he appeared as Vāmanadeva. So he was already sannyasi. He took his path, and we read how different devatas handed him over at different aspects. And now then what we are reading is Vāmanadeva तपस्या के बाद में महाराजा बलि के यहाँ पर पहुंचते हैं, एंड देन महाराजा बलि के यहाँ पे पहुंचकर महाराजा बलि ऑफ कोर्स उनका पूरा रेस्पेक्ट करते हैं, देन ही इज अप्रिशिएटिंग महाराजा बलि एंड हिज होल खानदान. या बेसिकली वामनदेव is telling Bali Maharaj how his whole khandan his parents, his grandparents, and even Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu were so great, right? Or bade dani the. So that's how he's encouraging Bali Maharaj. That's what we have been reading. So let's read Shlok 9, Anilji.
Yato yato aham tatraso mrityu prana bhratamiyav ato ahamasya hridayam pravekshami paragdrashaha. Wheresoever I go, Hiranyakashipu will follow me, as death follows all living entities. Therefore, it is better for me to enter the core of the heart, for then, because of his power to see only externally, he will not see me. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So what we have been reading, this is Vāmanadeva, yeah, avatar of Lord Vishnu Bhagwan, is talking to Bali Maharaj. And he's telling Bali Maharaj about all the descendants, right, of all his ascendants, right? So Hiranyakashipu, as we know, Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha were the two brothers, right? And Hiranyaksha was killed by Lord Vara, remember? So when that happened, Hiranyakashipu took a vow that his brother's killer, who is none other than Lord Vishnu, he is going to take revenge. Yeah. And because of that, Hiranyakashipu is reaching to even to Lord Vishnu's place. Yeah. And there, when Lord Vishnu sees him, Lord Vishnu thinks that he is going to follow me everywhere. Okay. So because of that, let me pravekshami paragadrishaha. Therefore, let me enter the core of his heart. Because of his power to see only externally, he will not see me. Yeah, because Hiranyakashipu had so much power, he could see everywhere the whole Brahman. So Lord Vishnu entered into him. And this is what Lord Vishnu himself, Vāmanadeva Maharaj, is telling Bali Maharaj, right? Yeah. Hare Krishna, Tarun. Nice to see you, Tarun, after a long time.
Hare Krishna everyone.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, बीच में एक दिन मैं join करना try किया था. That day I think you gave छुट्टी because of the debate was going on.
Oh yeah.
तो बोला ठीक है, अभी मुहूर्त आया नहीं लगता है मेरा वापस.
Everyone thought कि debate देखना है तो okay, let's watch. But that's nice. So Tarun, after organizing, this big MMA stuff which is behind him, was so busy into that. And we are glad you're back. Welcome back.
Thank you very much. I missed the sessions here.
This is much more relieved program.
Okay. Shall I read?
Yeah. So we were reading. So we have been reading about Vāmanadeva now. And Vāmanadeva is telling Bali Maharaj, appreciating his whole descendants, right? And ascendants. So he is right now talking about Hiranyakashipu. He's taking about Hiranyakashipu was so strong, right? That he decided to take revenge from Lord Vishnu. And then Lord Vishnu actually entered into him so that he cannot see Lord Vishnu. Yeah. So that's what we are reading right now. Yeah, Ajay.
एवं स निश्चित्य रिपो शरीर माधवतो निर्विर सुरेंद्र श्वासानि लहांति सूक्ष्म देह प्राणर ध्रेण विविघ्न चेता. Lord Vāmanadeva continued, O King of Demons, after Lord Vishnu made his decision, he entered the body of his enemy Hiranyakashipu, who was running after him with great force. In a subtle body inconceivable to Hiranyakashipu, Lord Vishnu, who was in great anxiety, entered Hiranyakashipu's nostrils along with his breath. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So Vāmanadeva, who is none other than avatar of Lord Vishnu himself, is telling, O King of the Demons. And who is the King of the Demons?
Hiranyakashipu.
Bali Maharaj.
Bali Maharaj, right? Vāmanadeva is talking to Bali Maharaj, telling about the Hiranyakashipu, right? And that he enters into his body through the nostril. Yeah, Prem.
Satanniketan Parimashya Sunyam Mapashyaman Kupito Nanad Shamam Dhyam Disham Kham Vivras Samundran Vishnu Vichintyam Na Dadarsh Vira. Upon seeing that the residence of Lord Vishnu was vacant, Hiranyakashipu began searching for Lord Vishnu everywhere. Angry at not seeing him, Hiranyakashipu screamed loudly and searched the entire universe, including the surface of the earth, the higher planetary systems, all directions, and all the caves and oceans. But Hiranyakashipu, the greatest hero, did not see Vishnu anywhere. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Tarun?
Apyasan iti hovacha maya nuvishtam idam jagat bhratarha me gato nunam yato navratate pumanah. Unable to see him, Hiranyakashipu said, I have searched the entire universe, but I could not find Vishnu, who has killed my brother. Therefore, he must certainly have gone to that place from which no one returns. In other words, he must now be dead. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so Hiranyakashipu now thinks, because he cannot find Lord Vishnu, he thinks Lord Vishnu does not exist. Veerānubandhe tāvān kam rityarahi dehinām adhyāna prabho manjuraham manopam vihita. Hiranyakashipu's anger against Lord Vishnu persisted until his death. Other people in the bodily concept of life maintain anger only because of false ego and the great influence of ignorance. Anilji?
पिता प्रह्लाद पुत्रस्ते तद्वि द्वान्द्वि जवस्तलः समायुर्धि जलिंगेभ्यो देवेभ्यो दात स याचितः. Your father, Virochana, the son of Mahārāja Prahlad, was very affectionate toward Brahmins, although he knew very well that it was the demigods who had come to him in the dress of Brahmanas. At their request, he delivered to them the duration of his life. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah? So basically, Vāmanadeva is telling Bali Maharaj, right, how great your father, right? And Bali Maharaj's father is Virochan, yeah, who is the son of Prahlad Maharaj, as we know, right? And he's telling him how great Virochan was as well. Ajay?
भवाना चरितान धर्मान स्थितो गृह मेधिभिः ब्राह्मणे पूर्वजे शूररण्ये श्रोद्धाम कीर्तिभः. You also have observed the principles followed by great personalities who are householders, Brahmins, by your forefathers, and by great heroes who are extremely famous for their exalted activities. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Prem?
Tasmat Tvato Mahim Isad Varne Ham Vardashbhata Padani Trini Tatindra Sammitani Pada Mama. O King of the Daityas, from your majesty, who come from such a noble family and who are able to give charity munificently, I only ask 3 paces of land to the measurement of my steps. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So what Vāmanadeva is now telling him, right, is that of course, your majesty, you come from such a noble family, and then he was appreciating all the ascendants of Bali Maharaj, right? And he's saying like every one of you have been giving charity, yeah, munificently, right? You don't go back from charity giving and say Javardash, Abhat. And then what he's asking is Padani Trini. He's asking for 3 steps. I ask only 3 paces of land to the measurement of my steps. Padani Trini, Detendra. Detendra is the king of all the Detyas, who is Bali Maharaj. And he's of course saying Sammitani Pada Ma, like his the measurement of his steps is what Vāmanadeva is asking to Bali Maharaj. Yeah. Tarun? Tarun?
Nanyat te kamye Rajan Vadanyajya Jagat Ishwarata Rataha Nananya Prapnoti Ve Vidyanya Va Dharta Pratigraha. O King, controller of the entire universe, although you are very munificent and are able to give me as much land as I want, I do not want anything from you that is unnecessary. If a learned Brahmana takes charity from others only according to his needs, it does not become entangled in sinful activities. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah? So see how Vāmanadeva gives all the updates in the beginning, and then he's now telling like, hey, I just need 3 steps of the land. That's a good Brahman. Shri Bali Uvacha Aho Brahmana Jayade Vachaste Vriddha Sammata hai Tvam Balo Balishmati Swartam Pritya Buddho Yatha. So Bali Maharaj said, O son of a Brahman, your instructions are as good as those of learned and elderly persons. Nonetheless, you are a boy and your intelligence is insufficient. Thus, you are not very prudent in regard to your self-interest. Yeah. So what Bali Maharaj is saying that you are like great in terms of intelligence. Brahmanda ayade. Yeah. Vriddha samata hai. Like elderly, you have great intelligence, is what Bali Maharaj is saying. But from balo balushe mati, like you are a boy, your intelligence is not sufficient. Why? So you are only asking for 3 steps, whereas Bali Maharaj can give almost the whole island, is what he's saying, right? You don't know your swat, you don't know your self-interest. And nice purport, let's read this. Anilji?
The Supreme Personality of Godhead, being full in himself, actually has nothing to want for his self-interest. Lord Vāmanadeva therefore had not gone to Bali Maharaj for his own self-interest. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 5.29, Bhokataram Yajna Tapasyam Sarvaloka Maheswaram. The Lord is the proprietor of all planets in both the material and spiritual worlds. Why should he be in want of land? Bali Maharaj rightly said that Lord Vāmanadeva was not at all prudent in regard to his own personal interests. Lord Vāmanadeva had approached Bali not for his personal welfare, but for the welfare of his devotees. Devotees sacrifice all personal interests to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And similarly, the Supreme Lord, although having no personal interests, can do anything for the interests of his devotees. One who is full in himself has no personal interests. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So what is being mentioned is, of course, the Lord is the proprietor of everything, right? In both material and spiritual world. Why would he go to Bali Maharaj and ask for the pieces of land? And as we know, how Mother Aditi did the tapasya, right? And then how Kashyap Muni advised her to do that. And then how Devatas had disappeared. and how Devatas went to Lord Vishnu, right? How Devatas along with Lord Brahmaji went to Lord Vishnu and asked for a help. So based on all those things, what's going on is Lord Vishnu has taken avatar of Vāmanadeva, and then he is going to take the kingdom from Bali Mahārāja. Ajay?
मा वचोभिः समाराध्य लोकानामे कमीश्वरं पदत्रयं वृणीते यो अबुद्धिमान द्वीपदाशुम्. I am able to give you an entire island because I am the proprietor of the three divisions of the universe. You have come to take something from me and have pleased me by your sweet words, but you are asking only 3 pieces of land. Therefore, you are not very intelligent. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. And who is saying this?
Bali Mahārāja.
Yeah. And Bali Mahārāja to
Vāmanadeva.
Vāmanadeva, yeah. Saying like you're asking only for 3 pieces of land. Okay. Prem?
Na puman mam upavajya bhuyo yachtu marmati tasmad vritikri bhumi vato kama prachitam me. O small boy, one who approaches me to beg something should not have to ask anything more anywhere. Therefore, if you wish, you may ask from me as much land as you will suffice to maintain you according to your needs. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So Vāmanadeva, of course, can ask for anything, is what Bali Mahārāja is. Okay. Yeah. Shri Bhagwan Uvacha Yavanto Vishyaha Preshta Istrilokyamajitendriyam Na Shaknuvanti Te Sarve Prati Purayatum Nripa. The personality of Godhead said, "O my dear king, even the entirety of whatever there may be within the 3 worlds to satisfy one's senses cannot satisfy a person whose senses are uncontrolled." Right? So the what Lord Vishnu Vāmanadeva is replying to Bali Mahārāja, that I just want 3 steps of land. I don't need the whole island, but even if I take the island and if my senses are uncontrolled, I'm still never going to be satisfied. Is what, right? Trilokyam Jitendriyam, like it doesn't matter what you get, Vishya hai, right? If you are so much attached to all the senses, you are never going to be able to satisfy, is what Vāmanadeva is telling Bali Mahārāja, right? So read this purport, Tarun.
The material world is an illusory energy to deviate the living entities from the path of self-realization. Anyone who is in this material world is extremely anxious to get more and more things for sense gratification. Actually, however, the purpose of life is not sense gratification, but self-realization. Therefore, those who are too addicted to sense gratification are advised to practice the mystic yoga system or Asantaga yoga system consisting of yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, and so on. In this way, one can control the senses. The purpose of controlling the senses is to stop one's implication in the cycle of birth and death. As stated by Rishabdeva, Nunam Pramata Kurute Vikarma Yad Indriya Pritaya Aprunoti Na Sadhu Manye Yata Atmano Yam Asan Api Kresad Sada Asadeha. When a person considers sense gratification the aim of life, he certainly becomes mad after materialistic living and engages in all kinds of sinful activity. He does not know that due to his past misdeeds, he has already received a body which, although temporary, is the cause of his misery. Actually, the living entity should not have taken on a material body, but he has been awarded the material body for sense gratification. Therefore, I think it not befitting an intelligent man to involve himself again in the activities of sense gratification, by which he perpetually gets material bodies one after another. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So a lot of things mentioned in this paragraph, right? One is, of course, is the purpose of life. And the purpose of life is not just sense gratification, but self-realization. And this has been mentioned again and again, like the purpose of the human life, especially the human life, right? Because birth, after so many births, one gets a chance to be a human, right? Gets into the body of a human being, and there's a chance for self-realization, right? So it's important that we need to get away from sense gratification, which is very difficult. So at some places, of course, you will see that you can practice the mystic yoga system. It's called Ashtanga Yoga. Yeah. If you see the Ashtanga Yoga, it consists of different things like you have yam, niyam, asana, right? A lot of different asanas you can do, pranayam, pratyahara, like, you be disciplined in so many things and all that Ashtanga Yoga, which helps you in doing the sense gratification. Again, we also read that it says that in Kali Yuga, it's very difficult to do all that. So the best thing to do is what is the best thing to do in Kali Yuga? In Kali Yuga, what is the best thing to do to move towards self-realization? What is recommended in Kali Yuga, right? The devotional service, yeah?
Yeah.
Right, the devotional service, and then doing that is Shravanam Kirtanam. It's mentioned the Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So that's a Maha Mantra. If you do that, right, that will take you towards self-realization and slowly purify the soul, right? But of course, earlier, even the Rishabdev, who is also avatar of Lord Vishnu, right, he had mentioned how to avoid getting material bodies one after another. Let's continue reading this. Anilji?
Thus, according to Rishabdev, the human beings in this material world are just like madmen, engaged in activities which they should not perform, but which they do perform only for sense gratification. Such activities are not good because in this way, one creates another body for his next life as punishment for his nefarious activities, and as soon as he gets another material body, he is put into repeated suffering in material existence. Therefore, the Vedic culture or Brahminical culture teaches one how to be satisfied with possessing the minimum necessities in life. To teach this highest culture, Varnashram Dharma is recommended. The aim of the Varnashrama division, Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, Brahmanacharya, Grahasth, Vanprasth, and Sannyasas, is to train one to control the senses and be content with the bare necessities. Here, Lord Vāmanadeva, as an ideal brahmachari, refuses Bali Mahārāja's offer to give him anything he might want. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay.
Sure. He says that without contentment, one could not be happy even if he possessed the property of the entire world or entire universe. In human society, therefore, the Brahminical culture, Kshatriya culture, and Vaishya culture must be maintained, and people must be taught how to be satisfied with only what they need. In modern civilization, there is no such education, everyone tries to possess more and more, and everyone is dissatisfied and unhappy. The Krishna consciousness movement is therefore establishing various forms, especially in America, to show how to be happy and content with minimum necessities of life and how to save time for self-realization, which one can very easily achieve by chanting the Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Prem?
Privi Kramer Asuntusto Dvipen Napi Na Puryate Nav Varsh Sametain Saptadvip Vareshya. If I were not satisfied with the 3 pieces of land, then surely I would not be satisfied even with possessing one of the 7 islands, consisting of 9 Varshas. Even if I possessed one island, I would hope to get others. Hare Krishna.
सप्ताधिपतयो निप्रिया वैन्यगयादयः अर्थे कामे घृता नानन्त त्रस्याया इति nam shrutamah. We have heard that although powerful kings like Maharaj Prithu and Maharaj Gaya achieved proprietorship over the 7 dvipas, they could not achieve satisfaction or find the end of their ambitions. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. This is what Vāmanadeva is telling Bali Maharaj, that Krishna is a big thing. One can never be satisfied. Yadruchayo pappanena santusto vartate sukham na santushta stribhirlor kera jitatmo pasadite. One should be satisfied with whatever he achieves by his previous destiny, for discontent can never bring happiness. A person who is not self-controlled will not be happy even with possessing the 3 worlds. So it doesn't matter what one possesses, cannot be happy like that. Anilji?
Yeah. If happiness is the ultimate goal of life, one must be satisfied with the position in which he is placed by providence. This instruction is also given by Prahlad Maharaj. Sukham anidryakam daitya deha yogena dehinam sarvatra labhyate deviyad yatha dukham atharnatha. My dear friends, born of demonic families, the happiness perceived with reference to the sense objects by contact with the body can be obtained in any form of life, according to one's past fruitive activities. Such happiness is automatically obtained without endeavor, just as we obtain distress. Bhagavatam 7.6.3. This philosophy is perfect in regard to obtaining happiness. Hare Krishna.
Right. Okay.
Real happiness is described in Bhagavad Gita 6.21. Sukham atyantikam yat tad buddhigraham atindiyam veti yatra na chaivade sthitas chalati tattvata. In the spiritually joyous state, one is situated in boundless transcendental happiness and enjoys himself through transcendental senses. Established thus, one never departs from the truth. One has to perceive happiness by the super senses. The super senses are not the senses of material elements. Every one of us is a spiritual being. Aham Brahmasmi. And every one of us is an individual person. Our senses are now covered by material elements, and because of ignorance, we consider the material senses that cover us to be our real senses. The real senses, however, are within the material covering. Dehino smin yatha dehe, within the covering of the material elements are the spiritual senses. Sarvopadi vini muktakam tat paratvena nirmalam. When the spiritual senses are uncovered by these senses, we can be happy. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay.
Satisfaction of the spiritual senses is thus described. Rishikesa Sevanam Bhaktir Uchyate. When the senses are engaged in devotional service to Hare Krishna, then the senses are completely satisfied. Without this superior knowledge of sense gratification, one may try to satisfy his material senses, but happiness will never be possible. One may increase his ambition for sense gratification and even achieve what he desires for the gratification of his senses. But because this is on the material platform, he will never achieve satisfaction and contentment. According to Brahminical culture, one should be content with whatever he obtains without special endeavor and should cultivate spiritual consciousness. Then he will be happy. The purpose of Krishna consciousness movement is to spread this understanding. People who do not have scientific spiritual knowledge mistakenly think that the members of the Krishna consciousness movement are escapists trying to avoid material activities. In fact, however, we are engaged in real activities for obtaining the ultimate happiness in life. If one is not trained to satisfy the spiritual senses and continues in material sense gratification, he will never obtain happiness that is eternal and blissful. Srimad Bhagavatam 5.5.1 therefore recommends Tapo divyam putraka yena sattvam shuddhyet yasmad brahma shakyam tav anantam. One must practice austerity so that this existential position will be purified and he will achieve unlimited blissful life. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah? The way to achieve the blissful life. Tarun?
Pumso yam samsarate retu na santosho thar kamyo yadrakshayapayo panena santosho muktaye smartaha. Material existence causes discontent in regard to fulfilling one's lusty desires and achieving more and more money. This is a cause for the continuation of material life, which is full of repeated birth and death. But one who is satisfied by that which is obtained by destiny is fit for liberation from this material existence. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. One who is santosho muktesh mataha, one who is satisfied deserves liberation. Okay, I think we will pause here in 10:25 and we'll continue reading this, right? Really beautiful purport and shloks coming up next. So we'll continue reading this tomorrow. And then we'll hear a very beautiful bhajan, as we always do. Radhe Govind. Yeah? Radhe Radhe Govind by Kripaluji Mahārāja. Right? Nice Radhe Govind Kirtan. And we'll continue to read about Lord Vāmanadeva's 3 steps tomorrow. Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare Krishna, everyone.